Title: Left to Die. But a hero showed up asterisk asterisk. Asterisk first 30 seconds. Asterisk asterisk. Soft, somber music fades in. A quiet pause. Imagine being left in the middle of nowhere. Cold, hungry, broken, with no one coming. Now imagine you were just a dog, shivering in the rain, chained to a tree, your eyes searching every shadow, hoping someone might care. Days pass. Nights fall. Nothing but silence. Until one moment, one stranger, changed everything. This is that story. Section 1. Forgotten in the Forest. It started on a Tuesday morning. The kind where the fog clings to the trees, and the world feels just a little too quiet. Deep in a forgotten part of the woods, a man named Jordan was hiking alone. He had no plan, just his camera, a bottle of water, and the kind of heart that always noticed the things others missed. He wasn't expecting to find anything that day, certainly not a soul left behind. About 3 miles from the trailhead, Jordan stopped. He thought he heard something. A faint whimper. Barely there. He turned off his headphones. There it was again. A soft, broken cry. He stepped off the trail, his boots crunching over fallen leaves and damp earth. As he moved closer, the sound grew sharper. Desperate. Afraid. And then he saw him. A dog. Skinny. Mud-covered. Eyes wide with fear. A thick metal chain around his neck, bolted to a dead tree. No food. No water. Just abandoned. Jordan's heart dropped. "Hey, buddy," he whispered, kneeling slowly. The dog didn't growl. Didn't bark. He just stared. His tail didn't move. His body didn't flinch. It was like he'd stopped believing in kindness. Jordan reached into his bag and pulled out a granola bar. Not exactly dog food, but it was something. He broke it into small pieces and gently placed them near the dog's front paws. Still nothing. Jordan tried again. "It's okay. I'm not going to hurt you." The dog finally took a tiny step forward. Then another. His mouth quivered as he picked up the food. One bite. Then another. Then he collapsed, too weak to stand. Jordan looked around. There were no houses. No roads. No signs. Just woods. This dog had been here for days. Maybe longer. He pulled out his phone. No signal. Panic. Frustration. But he knew one thing. He wasn't leaving without that dog. Jordan unhooked his camping knife from his belt and carefully began sawing through the chain. It took nearly 20 minutes. The metal was thick, rusted. But Jordan didn't stop. The dog lay there, his breathing shallow, his eyes locked on this stranger who wouldn't walk away. Finally, the chain gave way. Freedom. Jordan wrapped the dog in his jacket. The poor creature barely weighed anything. Skin and bones. His fur was matted, covered in burrs, ticks, and dried blood. Every few minutes, he whimpered in pain. "I've got you now," Jordan whispered, holding him close. It took over an hour to hike back. Every step, Jordan talked to him, told him about his life, about the hike, about how he once had a dog named Max who died 2 years ago. "You remind me of him," he said softly. Same eyes. The dog didn't respond, but his breathing steadied. He let himself be carried. Back at the car, Jordan laid him gently on a blanket and started driving. The nearest vet was nearly 45 minutes away. Every few minutes, Jordan glanced at the passenger seat. "You're gonna make it, all right?" he said, voice trembling. Halfway there, the dog let out a soft sigh. A sound so faint, so human, it nearly broke Jordan in half. When they reached the clinic, Jordan ran inside. "I found him in the woods. He's not moving much. Please help." The vet techs rushed out with a stretcher. As they wheeled the dog inside, Jordan stood at the door, muddy, breathless, hands shaking. He didn't even know the dog's name. He just knew he couldn't lose him now. And who could have left him like this? The clinic was quiet. Fluorescent lights buzzed overhead. Jordan sat on a plastic chair, mud still caked on his boots, his jacket soaked from wrapping the dog. The minutes dragged by like hours. He kept glancing at the swinging doors that led to the emergency room. Still no word. He didn't even know why this mattered so much. He didn't know this dog. He didn't plan any of this. But something about those eyes, hollow, tired, but not yet dead, gripped his heart in a way he couldn't explain. Finally, a vet stepped out. "Are you the one who brought in the shepherd mix?" Jordan stood. "Yeah. Is he okay?" The vet took a breath. "He's in critical condition. Severely dehydrated. Malnourished. Covered in parasites. He's got a nasty infection in his hind leg, and internal injuries we need to monitor. Jordan's face fell. Can he make it? The vet's voice softened. We'll do everything we can. But he's weak. It'll be a long road. Jordan nodded, emotion tightening his throat. Thank you. Just please don't give up on him. The next few days were a blur. Jordan visited every morning and every evening. The clinic staff started recognizing him. He brought treats, clean towels, even read to the dog while he slept. He kept asking for a name, but they hadn't given him one yet. Let's call him Chance, Jordan said one evening, gently petting the dog's paw. Because that's all you needed, one chance. Chance was still too weak to move much. Tubes ran from his legs. He'd wince every time someone touched his side. But he was breathing, and when Jordan talked, his ears twitched ever so slightly. On day 4, something shifted. Jordan walked in, as usual, expecting to find him sleeping. But Chance was sitting up. Barely. His head wobbled. His ribs stuck out like wire. But his tail gave a tiny thump against the bedding. Jordan dropped to his knees. Hey there, buddy. Chance let out a small whine. Not fear, not pain. Recognition. That was the first time Jordan cried in front of him. From that moment, recovery truly began. The vet staff started seeing progress. The infection was under control. He was eating, slowly but steadily. His coat was still rough, but the light was coming back into his eyes. Jordan came in with toys, soft blankets, even a portable speaker that played calming nature sounds. Chance began to respond, nudging his hand, licking his fingers. One nurse smiled. He knows you saved him. Jordan looked at Chance. No, I think he saved me. But healing isn't always a straight line. Day 9 brought a setback. Chance refused to eat. His temperature spiked. He curled into a ball and wouldn't lift his head. Jordan rushed in after getting the call. What happened? He asked. The vet, panicked. Could be a secondary infection. We're running tests. Jordan stood by his side for hours, whispering softly. Come on, Chance. Don't go now. Not after everything. That night was long. The next morning, the vet called. He made it through the night. He's stable again. Still weak, but hanging on. Jordan let out a breath he didn't know he was holding. Over the next 2 weeks, Chance continued to fight. And Jordan was always there. It wasn't just about survival anymore. It was about trust. One day, Jordan brought a soft red collar. It's not official yet, he said, smiling. But if you'll have me, I'd like to be your family. He placed the collar around Chance's neck. It was still too big. Chance looked up, eyes brighter now. His tail wagged twice. The vet cleared him for discharge a few days later. He still needed meds and special food. Still walked with a limp. But he was ready. Jordan signed the adoption papers that same day. And as they walked out of the clinic together, for the first time, it felt like a homecoming. But just as Jordan thought the worst was over, a phone call came that would turn everything upside down. It wasn't just a rescue. It was a case of cruelty. /voiceover script. The call came late in the afternoon. Jordan was in the backyard with Chance, watching him explore the grass with hesitant joy. For the first time in weeks, life felt light again. But then his phone rang. Mr. Ellis? A firm voice said. This is Officer Ramirez from County Animal Control. We need to speak with you about the dog you rescued. Jordan's stomach twisted. Did something happen? We believe we've identified where he came from. There's an open investigation. Jordan sat across from 2 officers at the local animal control center. On the desk sat a file. Inside it, photos, documents, a name. He's not the first, the officer said grimly. That property you found him near? It belongs to a man with a history. Jordan leaned forward. History of what? Animal neglect. Abandonment. He's been reported 3 times. Never enough evidence to press charges, until now. They showed Jordan a photo. That's him, Jordan said instantly. That's the tree. It hit him hard. Chance hadn't just been forgotten. He had been dumped. Left like trash. On purpose. And he was one of many, the officer added. We've found 4 more abandoned dogs near that property. One didn't make it. Jordan's fists clenched. Can he be arrested? We're building the case. Your photos, your vet's records, the chain he was tied with, they help. A lot. Jordan handed them everything. All I want is justice, he said quietly. Back at home, Chance was curled on the couch, head resting on Jordan's knee. He looked up with soft, trusting eyes. You didn't deserve any of that, Jordan whispered, stroking his fur. But you're safe now. I promise you that. Over the next few weeks, Chance continued to heal, physically, emotionally. He started running short distances, barking at birds, greeting neighbors. His eyes sparkled with curiosity. And Jordan, he changed too. He found himself volunteering at shelters, helping other rescues, sharing Chance's story online. The response was overwhelming. Thousands of people from all over the world, moved by a dog who refused to give up. Then one morning, an envelope arrived. Inside, a letter from the county. The suspect had been charged. Multiple counts of animal cruelty. A court date set.